Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for today's top 10, where we're bringing you the youngsters of European football that are ready to make a big step up next season, whether it be with their current club or elsewhere. Let's get into it. 10. Tyrick Mitchell. Okay, so Aaron Wan-Bissaka hasn't exactly worked out after transferring from Crystal Palace for £50 million, but we don't think Tyrick Mitchell will struggle as much if he also makes a big move away from Selhurst Park. Like the Man United fullback, the 22-year-old is London born and bred, joining Palace from Brentford after the Bees shut down their academy in 2016. This season, Mitchell has solidified his place in Patrick Vieira's side after Roy Hodgson gave him 19 starts last season. The Englishman has played the second most minutes at the club, only behind Mark Guehi. Also, like Wan-Bissaka, he doesn't boom in the passing or dribbling departments, although 3.6 progressive passes per 90 is not awful. However, it's defensively where he's shone, winning a huge 69% of his tackles, the second best success rate in the entire Premier League. On top of that, he is completing the 12th most tackles and interceptions per 90, which, while on its own isn't a mark of quality, is impressive considering Palace hold over 50% possession. Eagles fans will want Vieira to do everything he can to keep Mitchell in South London, but if a bigger Premier League side wants to build a wall down their left side, they can't do much better right now than the Palace left back. 9. Manuel Ugarte. With Lucas Torreira, Rodrigo Bentancur and Federico Valverde, Uruguay are building a very strong midfield, and Manuel Ugarte is potentially the next star coming out of that pipeline. After moving to Portugal with Famalicão in January 2021, it only took 6 months to convince Sporting Club to spend nearly £6 million on the then 20-year-old ahead of the new season. Now 21, Ugarte has begun to embed himself into the side under Ruben Amorim, notching 2 assists and sitting second in the side for tackles per 90. What's got people talking though is his ability to play out of pressure, as he nips in and out of oncoming challenges to great success, completing 1.2 dribbles per 90 at an 82% success rate. It's that security that's seen the Montevideo-born midfielder lose possession just 4.5 times per 90 in the league, falling to 4 times per 90 in his limited minutes in the Champions League. Though he could be more bold with his passing, there's plenty of time for that side of the young man's game to improve. A £50 million release clause gives Sporting the potential to play hard ball, but that won't stop Europe's elite taking notice of the rising South American star. 8. William Saliba. Yes, William Saliba is still contracted to Arsenal until 2024, but vague comments about his future have got the rumour mill swirling, with reports suggesting he may leave the Emirates in search of first-team football. And frankly, after his season at Marseille, he's more than justified in this approach. The 21-year-old has been one of the defenders of the season in France, playing on the right side of a back three and often being asked to play more like a right back. Saliba has been pushed out of his comfort zone in Jorge Sampaoli's system, incredibly completing more progressive carries per 90 than Emil Smith-Rowe, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey and nearly as much as Gabriel Martinelli. And defensively, he's also been imperious, as the Frenchman has been successful in 66% of his 1v1 situations this season, one of the best scores of any Ligue 1 defender. Hailing from Bondy, the commune that birthed Kylian Mbappe, Saliba has played the most minutes in Sampaoli's side, and we doubt he is ready to drop to the bench under Mikel Arteta. Should Arsenal sell, then someone has an opportunity to grab one of the best defensive talents from across the continent, who is clearly ready to play Champions League football. 7. Giacomo Raspadori. As Gianluca Scamacca continues to steal the headlines at Sassuolo, his teammate Giacomo Raspadori has gone slightly under the radar, a bit unfair considering both he and Scamacca have contributed to 13 Serie A goals this season. The 22-year-old has played in the number 10 slot in a 4-2-3-1 and is the centre of his side's attacking play, as no other player in the squad is the target of more progressive passes per 90 minutes. That's because the Italian is great at turning that possession into creative output, as only Domenico Berardi is completing more shot-creating actions per 90 in the squad. Another dangerous aspect of Raspadori's skill set is his two-footedness, as FBref shows he's taken 70% of his ball touches with his right foot this season, which may not sound overly impressive until you realise that even players like Neymar have a balance closer to 90%. However, what Raspadori could improve on is his defensive output, as he is in the bottom 30% of attacking midfielders for pressures per 90. Should he improve that in a different system, then he could be part of a new breed of number 10s ready to step up to a side in the Europa League or Champions League. 6. James Garner. In a season where virtually every single Man United player has disappointed in one way or another, their fans have turned to their loanees for hope. and if his performances this term are anything to go by, James Garner could be a player who helps them get back to the top level. The 21-year-old has played as a deep-lying midfielder at Nottingham Forest, and fans of the Tricky Trees have been blown away by his quality since he first moved on loan there in January 2021. Strong, quick and technically gifted, Garner has contributed to 10 goals in the Championship, while he's also in the top 10 of league midfielders for interceptions per 90, something that could bode well in an Erik ten Hag system. He has been successful in over 50% of his ground duels too, meaning he could be someone who provides cover in defensive midfield. With rangy passing on top of set-piece quality, the Englishman is surely ready to be a rotation option next season, and can already argue to be around the level of someone like Scott McTominay, if not better than him. Given a chance, and James Garner could be the man to bring smiles back to Old Trafford. 5. Adam Hlozek. He might still be playing in the Czech Republic, but everything about Adam Hlozek suggests he is ready for the big time. He doesn't even turn 20 until the summer, but the forward has already made 126 appearances for Sparta Prague, having made his debut all the way back in 2018, just 3 months after he turned 16. He bagged 6 goal involvements in his breakthrough campaign, 18 across all competitions in 2019-20, and then in the Czech First League alone in 2021 would score 15 and set up 11 more in just 19 appearances. This comes out at 1 involvement every 51 minutes, with Hlozek winning the top goal scorer award for the season despite missing almost half the matches. This year, the youngster, who has 14 international caps, is demonstrating his creative side more often, with 15 assists complementing his 11 goals. West Ham were long linked with the talents thanks to their Czech connections, but now the likes of Borussia Dortmund, Juventus and even Liverpool are all eyeing up a move for the teenager. It looks inevitable that Hlozek will get his big move this summer. 4. Cody Gakpo. With Ajax conceding just 15 goals in 30 Eredivisie matches this season, you may be surprised to know they sit only 4 points clear of second-placed PSV at the time of writing, and the Eindhoven club's title challenge has largely been led by Cody Gakpo. The 22-year-old has 9 goals and 13 assists this season, topping Roger Schmidt's side for both metrics, while expected goals suggest he has only mildly overperformed, meaning he's less likely to experience a major drop-off should he move to Arsenal like the papers suggest. What's more encouraging is that most Dutch teams are on the defensive when up against PSV, who average around 58% possession. So even playing against low blocks, the Dutchman has created 10 big chances, more than all but 2 players in the league. Beside that, Gakpo is completing 2.7 dribbles per 90 with a success rate of 58%, helped by the Eindhoven Academy graduate's physicality as he stands at 6'2" in height. With Schmidt's move to Benfica all but confirmed, there's likely to be a large turnover at PSV, and should Gakpo take his chance to leave for Arsenal, he could add a new blend of power and creativity to Mikel Arteta's front line. 3. Djed Spence. This might be his breakout campaign, but Djed Spence has already racked up a century of appearances in the Championship, having made his debut for Middlesbrough back in December 2019. The right-back even won the EFL Young Player of the Month award for his first few months as a pro. The right-back even won the EFL Young Player of the Month award for his first few performances as a pro, after 3 clean sheets and a goal in his first month of action. But come the start of this season, and the Riverside hierarchy remained unsure, choosing to send the 21-year-old on loan to league rivals Nottingham Forest. But at the City Ground, Spence has impressed even more, bursting onto the scene in FA Cup victories over Premier League sides Arsenal and Leicester City, leading to transfer links with the likes of Man United and even Bayern Munich. That hasn't fazed the youngster though, as he's played a key role in Forest's rise from the relegation zone to Premier League hopefuls. Named Championship Player of the Month in March, Spence has also been named in the division's Team of the Season. An all-round threat with 3 defensive actions per game, 1 key pass and 2 dribbles a match as well, it seems top-flight football is inevitable for Spence next season, wherever that may be. 2. Fábio Carvalho. You know a player is good when he's got 2 countries fighting over him, and that's exactly the case for Fábio Carvalho. The 19-year-old, who started his footballing education in the Benfica Academy, moved to England with his family when he was 11 and represented the Three Lions from under 16 to under 18, but has recently made his debut for Portugal's under 21 side. He made a handful of appearances in Fulham's fatal 2020-21 Premier League campaign, but has already developed into a key player in West London, with 9 goals and 7 assists in Fulham's Championship winning season. With 2.2 shots, 1.7 key passes and 1.2 dribbles a game, all ranking top 3 at Craven Cottage, he's already a triple threat, helping support the more senior talents going forward in Alexander Mitrovic and Harry Wilson. Carvalho will be a Premier League player next season, but will actually be trading Thameside for Merseyside this summer. Liverpool wanted the youngster back in January but couldn't agree a deal, but finally completed their £8 million move for him this spring. While he almost certainly won't get as much game time next season, there's probably no better place for him to develop. 1. Hugo Ekitike. Scoring more league goals than Lionel Messi in a team that holds the least possession in France is no mean feat, and that's exactly what Hugo Ekitike has done at Reims this season. The 19-year-old has 9 goals and 2 assists in his first full campaign of top-flight football, and the Frenchman hasn't been blessed with clear chances either, as only 5 players in France are outperforming their non-penalty expected goals more than Ekitike. But it's not just the goals that got Newcastle sniffing around in January, as he is second in the squad for carries into the box per 90 and is the target of nearly 50 passes per game, showing the squad trusts their rookie to bring them up the pitch. He's also scored with both feet this season and won 2 penalties, and has also saved his goals for big games against Lyon, Marseille and Rennes. France have never sold a player for more than £12 million, so the French under-21 international could easily be on the move this summer, especially if Newcastle come back in. While it may feel premature, they could be getting a special talent on the books before his value skyrockets. So those were our 10 wonder kids ready for the big time, but what did you make of our selection, and have you got any shouts yourself? Let us know in the comments below and we may do a part 2. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, and why not check out last week's Continental Club where we discussed the worst transfers of the season. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.